Hi, friends. In the mid-80s, I worked in configuration management for a large defense contractor out in the Silicon Valley of California. Now, in configuration management, I had a project that I was in charge of, and it was part of my responsibilities to make sure that the project was getting done according to the contract requirements, and that the programs that were written complied with everything that the government had asked for, and that they worked properly, and that each update was documented and tracked. One of the things we had to do was, when an update was made to a program per the customer's, which was the government, per the customer's request, it had to be compiled, and that went through this program of a large computer. Now, when I took over the program, it would take about 24 to 48 hours for a program to be compiled. This had caused that updates were moving slowly, we were falling behind schedule, we were increasing costs, and on top of that, we had an audit coming up in about 8 months. Now, I was, and I still am not, a computer programmer or a software engineer. I don't know how to do those kinds of things, but I had a feeling about this compilation program I just knew that it wasn't working right, and I talked to different people who were software engineers, and they're, no, just leave it alone, that's the way it works. And one night I decided to stay late. After everyone was gone, I went into that program and I tinkered with it, and I updated it. And, this probably wasn't totally kosher of me doing it. However, after that, when we ran a compilation on a software update, it took 10 to 15 minutes. So I increased production from 48 hours to 10 to 15 minutes. We were moving faster, we were complying with the customer's requests and updates, we were getting back on track. When the audit came, and my program was the first one to be audited in the company, and we went through it in flying colors. I had all the documentation, it was all updated, it was clear and concise. The customer was extremely happy, and it started the audit off on a really good foot. The company was very grateful, they were very happy. My superiors were ecstatic about what I had done. Now, at the same time in the company, there was a hardware engineer, and it was a man. He was older than I was, and he had made an update to one of their systems that had also improved efficiency. But one of the things that I was told, that with what I had done, I had saved the company and the contract $2 million by my update of that program. This man also saved some money, but not as the significant amount that I had, because I had really made a big impact. After the audit, this man and I were both given an award for what we had done to help the company. He was given a cash award of a couple $1,000 and a trip to Hawaii for him and his wife. I was given a $50 gift certificate to Macy's. That is sexism. That is discrimination. I was a woman. I was a single woman at the time. And it was just glaringly obvious. I was so angry. And I thought, why did I do that? They didn't give a shit. I mean, they said thank you, and I appreciate that being thanked for it. But when I saw what they had done for him and what I got, I don't know, it made me really angry. My husband worked in the same company with me, and when we started dating and getting together and stuff, we were doing the exact same job. I had been at the company for about 5 years longer than he had been, and he was making $15,000 a year more than I was. Again, no difference in what we were doing. I was with the company longer, but I was a woman. And I had men tell me, well, you know, you're not married, you don't have kids to take care of. What difference does that make? Sexism is rampant in this country, and it is amping up again. I thought it had leveled out during the 2000s, but it's bad again. Don't let the other side use sexism as a tool to try to make you think differently or change your vote for Kamala Harris. It is not right. Nobody is telling men that they can't do what they want and they can't have what they want because they're men. Even a single man, he can have a good salary even though he doesn't have a wife or kids to help pay for. He doesn't have to sleep his way to the top, although it seems like Trump used sleeping as a way to entertain himself as he was going to the top. But think carefully about using sexism as a tool. It's wrong. It's wrong. We should be well past it by this time. It's 2024, for Pete's sake. Let's get rid of it in our lives and in our workplaces and in the world. Have a good Friday. Weekend's coming. Enjoy.